How's it going, guys? Andrew with American Diesel. So we have here Chevy Silverado with the check engine light on. Of course, it's the Duramax. So let's dive in. Let's see what it has. Okay, put the key on position. Go to module diagnostics, engine control module. Shut the door. Get the dinger to stop. Okay, DTCs. DTC display. Okay, so this vehicle came from another shop. It was at their shop for almost a year and they couldn't figure it out. So basically they almost just abandoned it and they just stopped working on it. They gave up and they just pretty much told the customer, just come pick it up. So of course I've seen this code before, and for some reason, I guess I'm not bad mouthing anybody, but it just seems like people just don't follow either directions or service information, or they're just used to doing things one way, in any which way. So I'm gonna read this code out to you. So it's closed loop reductive injection control at limit. So whenever you see this code, it could be high, it could be flow too low, flow too high. It doesn't really matter either which way, because basically this code is because somebody didn't follow the steps to replacing the knock sensor. So the reason why I know that they didn't replace or do the steps appropriately, because I seen this, and if you ever done a knock sensor before, you know that this is a little cap that goes on the knock sensor, and so yeah, that's where I came to the conclusion that that's where they were stuck at. So I looked at there, and they did replace the knock sensor. And so let's go over here to the service information and let's read it out. So install any components or connectors that have been removed and replace them during diagnosis. This is the R&R procedure for the knock sensor. Then perform any adjustment programming set of procedures that are required for the component, remove and replaced. If replacing, perform the knock sensor 1 reset, which I'm on the Knox 1 R&R. So whatever it may be, Knox 1, Knox 2, just do the reset for that sensor. Usually what I do is I just reset both. I reset the Knox 1 and 2. Close the door. So yeah, like I was saying, if you replace the knock sensor, you have to reset it. Okay, you have to reset the values that are stored in the module. And then after you're done with that, then you have to perform this. So more than likely what happened is they were only doing step 1. Actually, it's step 4, but they were only doing 2 procedures. They're probably resetting the codes. They may or may not have reset the knocks, and then they're probably doing regens. But they're missing that critical one, which was this middle one right here, which was the Knox catalyst reductant load and reset. So if you don't do that, it doesn't really matter how many knock sensors that you throw at it, or any kind of like other components that you replace on here. You can put everything on here brand new. Other than changing out the whole engine computer, if you were to do that, then yeah, you probably would have fixed this. But I mean, you just gotta, pay attention to service information, follow it through and through, and yeah, we can be able to fix this vehicle. So I mean, this customer is going to be very happy that they don't have to spend any extra money, other than my diagnostic fee. So, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to reset this value for the knocks, and then I'm going to reset the loading, and then I'm going to perform a regen, and this thing should be good to go. And yeah, they can have their vehicle back. So let's come back over here, press back again. So actually, let me clear the codes real quick. So I'm gonna clear DTCs at all. Okay. Okay, you see how it comes back immediately? That's exactly what I want to do. So us doing this, you'll see that this code does not come back. So watch. I mean, even without me doing the regen, this thing will clear because I'm going to do the procedures that service information tells me what to do. So we're going to come back over here. Back one more time. Oops, went too far back. Back to engine control module. Then we're going to go to configuration and reset functions. Then we're going to go to reset functions. And then we're going to look for the NOx 1. So I'm gonna reset both because I don't know exactly if he replaced both or not. I mean, it looks like he did, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do the procedure anyways. So that's reset. And I'm gonna go to number 2, reset this one. And honestly, you resetting this is not gonna harm anything if the sensor is not new anyways, because all you're doing is just resetting the values back to 0, and then that way it can learn that sensor. So even if the sensor is used, it'll learn a used sensor. So there's no problem doing this procedure like that. So press back. Now here's the critical thing right here. This load and reset. So if you can see this value right here, it should be at 1. If you read service information, it should be right about 1. So let's reset this and see if I'm correct. Yep. So that's where you should be. You should be at 1. So now let's do this. Now that we reset this value, now let's come back. One more time. Again, and we're going to go back to DTCs. Now watch this. Passed and failed. So let me scoot this over. Yep, there it is. That's it. Fixed. Crazy, right? This thing was stuck over there for almost a year just because they couldn't hit that one button. That's it. Just one button. That's all it took. And honestly, guys, I mean, not to knock down anybody, but sometimes you just need to be able to reach out. Like, I mean, there's training out there. There's YouTube. There's a lot of different things that you can do. David over there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in order to like educate yourself. Even just following service information. I mean, this came from a shop. I mean, this shop should have service information, and the technician, mechanic, whoever it may be, should have looked at, you know, the criteria of like how to replace the sensor, and yeah, he would have fixed his vehicle. So let's clear the DTCs, add, okay. Boom. That's it. Truck fixed. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do that last step. I'm going to regen it anyways. Like I said, I don't know what they did. So I'm just taking it in like as if none of this happened. Okay. So once I get this done, regened, and I'll call the customer and let them know that, you know, their vehicle's ready to get picked up. So, yeah, let me know what you have done, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all guys on the next one. Thank you.